Rob, first of all, how long have you been following the team?
This is my 20th year covering the Penguins. I am the past 5 with The Athletic, and before that, a paper in Pittsburgh.
But this is the first year with Erik Karlsson on the team.
It is, and I'm very excited. And what's strange is I always tell people it's been such a privilege because in Pittsburgh there's been so many singular talents, but as I think I told Erik at his press conference, or maybe it was one of the first practices, I forget, I said to him, you know, you were born to play in this organization. And he said, why? I said, well, like, the way you approach hockey, attacking and dictating, I mean, that's the Penguins brand. And, you know, I say, like, you know, Paul Coffey was only here 5 years, but people remember him even to this day. Yeah. And I think with Erik, it's going to be the same thing. And I'll say this too, like, this team needed a jolt. And I think they've always been at their best when they've had a guy who hasn't won come in and they can feel like they're playing for something bigger than themselves. So I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Is it the way you were expected, like off the ice in the room and when you do interviews?
Oh, he's been fantastic when I've talked to him one-on-one. I mean, he seems like a really insightful, well thought out man. We were having a conversation the other day just about architecture of all things, and I was asking him what he thought of Pittsburgh's architecture, and he said, well, I haven't really had a chance to see much of it, but he said, you know, he's a fan of European architecture, and I said, yeah, I don't know that. He goes, but then he just added, he goes, but you guys have a lot more green space than I realized. And I said, well, you know, growing up in Pittsburgh, that wasn't something we had, but it's a big attraction now. People don't think of it because they think of us as the Steel City. So I found him to be a very interesting person, and it's strange, like, I cover the hockey team, so obviously what he does as a hockey player is the most pertinent thing, but you know, when you're around the team every day, you do get to know the guys a little bit, and like, he's one of those guys that you could kind of tell the first time you met him, like, oh boy, I'm going to learn some stuff from him.